Part of the western border of Virginia and named for the mountain range, Alleghany County is rural and remote. Over half of the county is forest land, with both the George Washington and Jefferson National Forest running through parts of the county. John Quantz is the Alleghany County Farm Bureau president and has lived here all his life. He owns 117 acres and leases many more in order to raise cattle.
When I bought this property, it just seemed like I needed to do something with it, and the cattle have helped me maintain it. So it's been a little bit of a hobby, but it's grown over the years. And then once my son John Jr. got in the high school range, he started being interested in it. We do work together now. And he helps me and does maybe the lion's share of the work with the herd.
Even this far west, Alleghany County is part of the Chesapeake Bay watershed. Quantz and his son John Jr. have added a fenced-off area for their cattle to drink, preventing water pollution and erosion. They received cost-share funding for the fence-out project under Virginia's Best Management Practices program for agriculture from the Mountain Soil and Water Conservation District. Saul Pasco is one of Quantz's neighbors. He returned home 3 years ago to his father's farm after graduating from UVA. He and his girlfriend Gwen are raising cattle and embracing the farm lifestyle.
I think really just the love of being outdoors is really what made me realize what made me realize, you know, that I wanted to at least work outside. I didn't want to have a normal desk job, and I enjoyed, you know, the lifestyle of farming. It's 24/7, but there aren't many days or aren't many other jobs where you can, you know, be out with your animals during the day.
He says he's seen how fellow Alleghany farmers have helped each other out in time of need.
There's definitely a sense of community, at least something that we've experienced within this valley, at the very least. There have been multiple times over the past, too many times to count, over the past couple years where neighbors that have farmed have helped us out in times of need, and we've helped them out. So there's definitely a pretty strong sense of community.
Alleghany County has 165 farms, covering 30,857 acres. The market value of all agricultural products is $2,742,000. Livestock makes up 71% of that, accounting for $1,933,000. Most of that income is from cattle and calves, worth more than $1 million each year. Crops make up the other 29% of farm income, at $809,000. Hay is the most valuable crop, worth $658,000. The county seat is Covington, which was once a major rail artery. Today, the largest employer is the paper mill operated by Westvaco. Forestry and timber harvesting are the top local industries. Outside of town, the area is known as the Alleghany Highlands and has several attractions, such as the Humpback Bridge and the Falling Spring Waterfall. Agriculture is a challenge in this heavily wooded environment, but farmers are dedicated to their land. Jack Harlow is a third-generation farmer, raising cattle on about 50 acres.
My grandparents, at one time, the family owned the whole valley down through there. There was 9 kids, and then they split it up 9 different ways, and this is the last parcel of land that is by the heirs, owned by an heir of my grandparents.
Not far from Harlow's farm, nonagenarian Jasper Persinger Jr. feeds his cattle just as he has when he bought his land in 1958. He and his wife own 100 acres and lease another 300.
We raise registered purebred Pole Hereford cattle. We think it's the best breed you can have. The red and white ones, the Pole Hereford, are more gentle and easier to work with, especially for an old man like me. And we just can't seem to quit.
That applies to all the farmers here in Alleghany County. They can't seem to quit doing what they love. Farming is a labor of love here for those taking part in it, and they're determined to make it a way of life for generations to come. In Alleghany County, I'm Burke Moeller reporting.